Okay, let's jump right in. We're doing a deep dive today into, well, a really powerful piece of ancient writing, Psalms chapter 94.
Right. And it tackles something we still grapple with constantly, doesn't it? This feeling, this observation that sometimes the wicked just seem to thrive.
Yeah, exactly. They look like they're getting away with it while, good people, innocent people are suffering. It's a tough thing to witness.
It really is. And the psalm doesn't shy away from it. It paints this picture. Uh, the wicked are jubilant, it says.
Oh, right, jubilant. And they pour out arrogant words, just full of boasting. Not exactly subtle about it.
Not at all. They're loud about it.
Yeah.
And their actions are just as blatant. The text mentions they crush your people, oppress your inheritance.
And the focus on who they target is, well, it's brutal. It specifically says they slay the widow and the alien. They murder the fatherless.
That hits hard. The widow, the foreigner without local protection, the orphan, basically anyone who couldn't defend themselves easily in that society.
The most vulnerable.
Precisely. And why do they think they can do this? What's their reasoning? Well, according to the psalm, they tell themselves, the Lord does not see.
Like, he's not paying attention.
Yeah, or maybe he just didn't care. The God of Jacob pays no heed. It's this functional atheism almost, acting like there's no ultimate judge.
But then the psalm just flips that argument completely on its head, right? It hits back with these amazing questions.
Oh, absolutely. It asks basically, does the one who planted the ear not hear? I mean, the logic is so powerful.
Does he who formed the eye not see? It feels like such a fundamental challenge to their whole worldview.
It really is. It's saying, look at creation. If God is the source of hearing and sight, how could he himself lack those capacities? It seems absurd.
And it keeps going, does he who disciplines nations not punish? Does he who teaches man lack knowledge? The argument builds and builds to this conclusion. The Lord knows. He knows what people are thinking.
He knows their thoughts are futile, that their confidence is just empty.
Exactly. Their whole justification just collapses under that scrutiny. So, okay, that's the wicked. But what about the righteous in this picture? They're still suffering, aren't they?
Well, yes, the psalm doesn't promise an easy life, but it talks about a different experience. There's a blessing for the person God disciplines, the one he teaches from his law.
Discipline is teaching, not just punishment.
Right. And this person is granted relief from days of trouble. Maybe not immediate escape, but an inner resilience, a different perspective, while the wicked head towards judgment.
It suggests God is still present, even in the hardship.
Very much so. And that leads to this core confidence the psalmist expresses. He's certain the Lord will not reject his people. He will never forsake his inheritance.
Despite how things might look on the surface.
Despite appearances, yes. The belief is firm that judgment will again be founded on righteousness. Justice isn't gone, it's just pending, you could say. It will realign.
And this isn't just theory for the writer, is it? There's personal testimony here.
Oh, definitely. It gets very personal. The psalmist talks about feeling like my foot is slipping, that moment of losing your balance, feeling vulnerable.
We've all felt that, I think.
Absolutely. And in that moment, it was God's unfailing love that held him up. When anxiety was overwhelming, God's consolation brought joy.
So refuge isn't just an idea, it's something experienced, even when injustice is all around.
Exactly. It's a lived reality for him. And this personal confidence actually fuels a challenge to corrupt systems.
Right, that question, can a corrupt throne be allied with you, one that brings on misery by its decrees?
It's pointing out the total incompatibility. How can these rulers who band together against the righteous and condemn the innocent possibly be aligned with the just God?
It implies they can't be. They're fundamentally opposed.
Fundamentally.
Oh.
So after laying all this out, the arrogance of the wicked, the suffering God's awareness, the personal experience of refuge, where does the psalmist finally rest?
He lands on this absolute certainty, doesn't he? The Lord has become my fortress, and my God the rock in whom I take refuge.
That's it. The security isn't seeing immediate results, maybe, but in the character of God. He is the safe place.
And the conviction that God will act, he will repay them for their sins and destroy them for their wickedness. The end game is clear, even if the timing isn't.
The ultimate justice is guaranteed. It's a powerful stance of faith in the middle of, well, a messy reality.
It really is. So thinking about this text, with its insistence that God sees everything, knows everything, even our fleeting thoughts, what does that actually mean for you listening now? When you see injustice, big or small, how does knowing God sees it too perhaps change how you process it?
Or where you find your own sense of refuge when things feel unstable.
Yeah. Definitely something worth reflecting on.